2006, actress Amanda Bynes sat down with Channing Tatum to talk about their comedy film, She's the Man, a movie that quickly became a fan favorite for its humor, heart, and playful exploration of identity. During the conversation, the two stars reflected on the unusual challenges of the film, especially the process Amanda went through to convincingly portray a girl pretending to be her twin brother. The transformation required more than just a costume. It meant adopting the body language, voice, and attitude typically associated with teenage boys. Amanda explained that the role pushed her to experiment with how guys walk, talk, and interact with one another, creating a character that felt funny but believable at the same time. From the very beginning of production, the set was filled with laughter. Amanda recalled moments during rehearsals and promotional photo shoots when the entire crew struggled to keep a straight face. Even simple directions from photographers could lead to a chain reaction of jokes and laughter. Channing remembered sitting down for photos and suddenly realizing that Amanda, while technically dressed like herself, was already acting like her character, Sebastian. She had begun practicing the gestures and movements of a teenage boy long before the cameras started rolling, which made every rehearsal both entertaining and slightly surreal for everyone involved. To prepare for the role, Amanda spent time carefully studying the small details of how teenage boys behave. She noticed the way they walk with a relaxed confidence, often with their hands in their pockets or their shoulders slightly hunched forward. She also paid attention to how boys interact with their friends, especially the playful teasing and casual humor that often defines their conversations. By observing these behaviors and incorporating them into her performance, Amanda created a version of Sebastian that felt exaggerated for comedy, but still grounded in reality. One of the most amusing discoveries Amanda shared was how her own habits began to change while she was in character. During lunch breaks on set, she sometimes caught herself eating in a completely different way. Instead of the careful, polite bites she normally took, she found herself quickly shoveling food onto her plate and eating with a kind of carefree enthusiasm. The moment would make her pause and laugh at herself, realizing she had subconsciously adopted the dude persona she was portraying on screen. The physical transformation was another major part of the role. Amanda explained that in addition to the short haircut and thick sideburns, she wore glued-on eyebrows and even a muscle suit beneath several layers of clothing. The sideburns and facial hair were attached directly to her skin with adhesive, which she admitted was sometimes uncomfortable, especially during long filming days under bright lights. On top of that, the muscle suit helped give Sebastian a broader, more masculine shape, which was important for selling the illusion that Amanda's character was actually a teenage boy attending a different school. Within the story of She's the Man, Amanda's character disguises herself as her brother, Sebastian, so she can attend his boarding school and join the boys' soccer team. The idea is simple, but clever. She wants to prove that she can compete just as well as the boys who doubted her abilities. This decision becomes the heart of the movie, pushing the character into situations that are both hilarious and surprisingly meaningful. Through the disguise, she learns valuable lessons about confidence, friendship, and the pressure people feel to fit into certain expectations. Channing Tatum, who played Duke in the film, remembered how difficult it sometimes was to keep a straight face while working with Amanda. During early rehearsals, Amanda would practice Sebastian's voice and mannerisms even when she was still dressed normally. The contrast between her appearance and the exaggerated guy personality she was performing made the situation incredibly funny. Channing admitted that at one point he worried about whether he would be able to stay in character for an entire movie if he kept laughing every time she started talking like Sebastian. Once Amanda appeared in the full Sebastian costume, however, things began to fall into place. The combination of the wig, sideburns, clothing, and body language transformed her completely. Although the character was intentionally comedic, there was something surprisingly convincing about it. Channing noted that it became easier to respond to her performance naturally once the full transformation was visible, because the illusion of Sebastian felt much more real. Amanda also talked about the research she did outside of the set. At one point, she visited a shopping mall specifically to observe how teenage boys behave when they are around girls. She noticed that when a group of boys walked together, they often tried to look relaxed and confident, sometimes pretending not to pay too much attention to the girls around them. If a particularly attractive girl walked by, the boys would subtly adjust their posture or position, trying to appear casual while still being noticed. Amanda used these observations to shape Sebastian's personality, adding exaggerated versions of those behaviors into her performance. The film also draws inspiration from classic movies that feature characters disguising themselves as someone else. Amanda mentioned that she was a big fan of Mrs. Doubtfire, the beloved comedy starring Robin Williams, where a father disguises himself as a nanny to spend time with his children. She also admired the film Tootsie, featuring Dustin Hoffman, which explores similar themes in a more mature way. Amanda described She's the Man as a younger and more playful take on the same basic idea, a character stepping into a different identity and discovering unexpected truths about themselves. While much of the film focuses on comedy, there are also moments that explore deeper ideas about stereotypes and expectations. The story challenges the assumption that boys and girls must behave in certain ways or have certain abilities. By successfully playing soccer with the boys, Amanda's character proves that talent and determination matter more than outdated assumptions about gender. The disguise becomes a tool that allows her to break through barriers that might otherwise have stopped her. Channing Tatum also shared his perspective on the relationships between characters in the film. Because Amanda's character spends so much time pretending to be a boy, she forms friendships with the other male students in a completely different way than she would have as herself. This creates humorous situations, but also leads to genuine emotional connections. At the same time, the character experiences confusion when those friendships begin to develop into something more complicated, especially when romantic feelings become involved. Behind the scenes, the cast quickly developed a strong bond. Channing described how spending long hours together on set naturally brought everyone closer. However, he also pointed out that the demanding schedule of filmmaking leaves little room for personal relationships to develop during production. Long days and constant rehearsals meant that the actors were focused almost entirely on their work, ensuring that the movie came together smoothly. Despite the challenges, both Amanda and Channing remembered the experience as incredibly rewarding. The humor of the script, combined with the playful energy of the cast, made filming feel like a collaborative adventure. Everyone involved seemed determined to create something that audiences would enjoy, while also delivering a message about being true to yourself. At its core, She's the Man is about more than just disguises and misunderstandings. The film encourages viewers to question the expectations placed on them by society and to embrace their authentic selves. Amanda explained that the most important lesson from the story is that people should not feel pressured to change who they are in order to be accepted. Whether someone is a boy or girl, athlete or artist, confident or shy, everyone deserves to feel valued for who they truly are. Looking back, both actors agreed that the movie succeeded in blending humor with an uplifting message. The outrageous situations and comedic misunderstandings kept audiences laughing, but the story also reminded viewers that honesty and self-confidence are the keys to genuine connection. For fans of Amanda Bynes, Channing Tatum, and the film She's the Man, the conversation offered a fun glimpse into the creative process behind the scenes. It revealed how much thought and preparation went into crafting a character who could convincingly walk the line between comedy and authenticity. The dedication to the role, combined with the natural chemistry between the actors, helped turn the film into a memorable comedy that continues to entertain audiences years after its release. In the end, the story behind the making of She's the Man reflects the same spirit that defines the movie itself, a mixture of humor, experimentation, and self-discovery. Through laughter and creativity, the cast and crew brought to life a story that reminds everyone of an important truth. Sometimes, the best way to stand out is simply to be yourself.
For full video, click related link below or like and subscribe this channel.